Welcome back, everyone. Farmer Cop here for episode 21 of Frankenmuth. We are going to harvest some cotton today. I've also got some other plans for us today, which are going to be kind of exciting. So I'm hoping that we can do some of that stuff, and we'll get some of that started, I think, right away here in October. But yes, I didn't really do anything off camera. I got all the harvesters back here is really all I kind of did. Yeah, so what we're going to do, well, we have four of these guys. We have 3 cotton fields, 4 of these guys. And what's nice about this time of year as well is obviously our 3 soybean fields and our 2 corn fields are also ready to harvest. So I'll get those harvested as well. But let's get these guys harvested. I'm going to try to do this one with one guy doing the edges like that. 5 is the most they'll let me do. So we'll say, yeah, start with, yep, up, down, start with headland, then we'll go to up, down. I'll hire you. Go to this guy. This guy we're going to do 5 as well. And he is not... he's going to start with the up-down. He's not going to work the headlands. Okay. And then we can hit higher, and then he should work his way to where he needs to. We'll come back and check on him in a second. This guy's going to do the whole daggum field for this field. So, yep, that'll work. Start with headlands. Okay, higher. Boom. You are now going to start on this field, which they were kind of in your way, so that's why I waited on him. Looks like he's doing what he's supposed to do over there, too, so that'll be good. Get you backed up here. And right about there, that should register that field. Yep, 2 headlands should do it. So we start on those. Perfect. Okay. And then if we go back, yeah, they're working. Okay. They might miss a thing or 2 here and there, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Oh, crap. They're not on automatic drop. I have to unhire all of them. I hate that it doesn't just stay on automatic drop, because obviously every year I do that. And this one. If he keeps doing what he's doing right there, the way I kind of programmed him. Higher. Otherwise, they'll just kind of stop once they get full. It's not what I want. I want them to keep just dropping the bales, and then I come back and pick them up later with the truck as they're going. Which they seem to be going okay now. Okay, perfect. So yeah, hopefully they do their thing. But we have a lot of cotton. We're gonna have to sell most of it still because we have a lot. But I would like to build some factories. We talked about this a little bit last episode as well. I don't know where to build them though. I mean, we have some good areas. There's a lot of space over here. Like, we own a lot of just extra land, to be honest. We could buy more land. There's obviously more land that we can buy. I don't really want to put them here. I want to leave this more for farm expansions as we need them. I thought about... This field honestly isn't that bad, and I'm tempted to repurchase it to grow more stuff on it. And then keep this field separate from it, but I don't know. This field wouldn't be a bad one. Kind of like buy houses. I'm trying not to maybe make the neighbors angry. I know that it doesn't actually matter, but try to be a good neighbor to them. I think this would be a good area for like a little factory area, you know? How much is that chunk of land there? 115. Yeah, I think we can buy that. 115,668. Let me put that on our spreadsheet really quick before I forget. 15668, and that's field 20. What field is that? Sorry, I'm looking over at something else. 23. Okay, let's put that on here. Field 23. Now it's on our list of assets. Okay. Now, yeah, that's just it doesn't matter if I guess I'm in the harvester when I get out of build mode. All right, let's make this not a field anymore, which is our next thing we could do. We could make part of it. Yeah, no, it's just not worth it. All right, let's just get this thing non-fielded, fieldalized. Sure. Paint this whole thing grass, which it's a large area, to be fair. Here we go. Sorry, I'm very focused. Okay. And then I'll paint the actual grass over top of this. So it's not just a plain texture of nothing. So it's not charging us to put this texture down, which is kind of interesting. I thought it charged for this as well. I don't have like free landscaping on, do I? I don't think I have a... No, because I've been charged for other things. I'll get charged with the grass. That wouldn't make sense, because every time I paint new grass, I get charged for sure. Let's see here, but I bet it's going to be charging me. We'll do the shorter grass. That'll make a little bit more sense for what we're doing. Never mind, he's going down now. Okay. Let's go along here. Try not to get too much in the road. This one doesn't work with the locking feature. I wish it did work. I wish you could lock this on an axis. That would make life so much easier. I don't know if it's just not possible or why the mod maker didn't do that. I'm assuming it just isn't possible is what I would just assume. Go that side. I don't need to be precise. Alright, now I just got to get the whole thing painted up. Oopsie, I got over there a little bit too much. A little too excited. Alright, and then there we go. So, the factories that we'll probably end up using, I gotta look at there. I did put some edible triggers, because I'm thinking maybe we can do, you know, like our own... Oh, wow, that does all of them. That would be kind of convenient to have it all in one building, too. Yeah, I think the edible triggers are the way to go. But yeah, this way, because that's $5,000, then we could build like a big... Well, what do we have for like decorative buildings? I don't want it to be super cheap, so we might just bill ourselves extra. I mean, we have the money anyways. It's not like we're not going to make the money. Go to decoration. Others here. Like big, like factory-looking buildings. Yeah, of some kind. Down to the bottom here. Any factory-looking buildings? I think so. Are there any like sheds that really look like a factory? I mean, there's some big sheds which are like something like this, and then you put 2 of the triggers on it. That might be pretty reasonable. You know, because these are pretty big buildings. To be fair. Yeah, I think I kind of like the idea of using... What does this one look like? Maybe not that one. I like the idea of using this one. I mean, we could also just use the regular factories. Why don't we just do that? Yeah. I don't know. Edible triggers weren't really designed for what I was thinking about using them for. This looks too old and doesn't really fit with what we're doing. This is a good one for us, I think, there. I don't know. That one almost fits. This is more factory-like, but I think this one fits the aesthetic for what we're going for a little bit better. This is going to make our... Yeah, this is going to make all of... This is $180,000. I can only really afford to place one. How much are the clothing factories? Tailor shop. Tailor shop definitely doesn't fit with what we're doing. This tailor shop's a little bit better. This one's not bad. They all do the same thing. I think this is the one I'm going to use. We'll put some of these around. But, yeah, we're trying to go for more, like, big, industrious factory-style buildings. Like, this would be perfect. This is what? This is the rope maker. This would be a perfect building for, like, just to show up. Maybe I'll look for some other stuff. We'll try to do that. But, anyhow, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'll think about that. I'd like to at least put down one of the factories soon so we can start processing some of the cotton that's already now coming out. Let's get our... Where's our truck? Get this guy... up to... I don't know what it is on this map. Everything drifts around a little bit. I haven't experienced it. I thought at first it was like the mods I was using, but yeah, I think it's very specifically this map. Could be wrong about that. But let's get our trailer set up so we're ready to pick up some cotton bales. But yeah, it's harvest. I'll get harvest done, and I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to maybe build some stuff. We do have some barley that we'll probably sell in this episode. That'll be in December. Or not December, that'll be in January, I think, actually. So, yeah, we may not be able to afford all the factories we want yet, but we'll start trying to get some stuff done. But for now, I'll just store all the cotton in our storage, so that's the plan. But yeah, I'll see you guys here later on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, we have gotten the harvest done. It was a good harvest. Good harvest. Yeah, all good stuff. So, let's take a look at some things. Our corn, that's how much we have left in the silo, but I did fill all of these guys up, every single one of our corn cribs, which is awesome. Cotton, we got a lot, about 2.1 million, but we're hoping to increase that even more by making some clothing. Soybeans, really good on that. 1.3 million in soybeans, did really good on that. So yeah, all good stuff. Overall, harvest was a success. We are going to build up our little area over here. I think it's worthwhile doing. Yeah, I think it's worth doing. We are going to have to take out a loan, however, so we will take that out. And I think we'll need a fair amount. I'm going to start with just like... I mean, once we start selling some of this stuff off... Sorry, it's probably really annoying to hear all the clicking. Once we start selling all this stuff off, it'll be easy peasy. We'll make that money back, no problem. Yeah, we'll start with $1 million. There we go. $1 million loan. All right. That's build our little dream factory here. So, looking at the outputs, it takes four spinneries and 3 tailor shops. If you have 4 spinneries and 3 tailor shops, they, you know, as much as those spinneries produce, the tailor shops will handle those, which is great. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Yeah. So production. Let's find our spinnery. So we have... Yeah, I think this one's going to be better for what we're after. This is where we're going to have to drop our cotton off, so we're going to have to remember that. We'll put the spinneries in the back here. So, 180,000 apiece. So I think I want... Honestly, I think we need 2 sets. So I think 8 and 6 to be able to keep up with as much as I want to take care of. I mean, let me confirm that before we just get crazy here. If I look at our production, or my production sheet, we take a look at... where is it at? Spinnery. Cotton. How much cotton will it go? It'll go through 21,000 liters of cotton a month. Okay, that's pretty good. So if we go on a yearly basis, we think about this on a yearly basis. 21,600 liters a month times 12. So each one goes through 259,000 liters of cotton. Well, we don't have that much cotton. So actually we'll just do 1 set of 4 and 1 set of 3. I'm glad we looked into that. And that should be just perfect for us. So, we'll put the spinneries back here. Two, 3, then 4 of those, and then tailor shops. That's a cool spinnery. It just really is. Either this one or this one. This one's smaller, so I think I'm gonna go for that one. Honestly, this tailor shop is great because it's a lot smaller, but we have plenty of space, so I'm not too worried about it. And we need how many of these? 3 of these? Well, we don't have enough money for that, so let's get go back to our finances. So they're 240 a piece, so we need 680, 720 is what we need. A minimum of 720. We're gonna need some operating money as well, so we're just gonna go. Yeah, we'll go about 1250. We're 1.2 million. 1.25 million, I guess, technically speaking. That'll be fine. Okay, those are along there. That's great. They have to... Ooh, there's a little bit. Is there a little bit of an uphill there? There is. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, and then this one is going to be... These are the guys that we're going to empty out to... where does this stuff spawn? Okay, that's where it spawns. It spawns on that kind of backside back there. Okay. So, and we're not going to have to... We're really not going to have to put anything into these. Maybe we go 1, 2, 3. I think that'll work. Let's do some landscaping. I'll leave them with their cement pads just because I don't want to keep having to landscape over those. I'm assuming that's what this texture is. Yeah, okay. So we'll leave these guys. their cement pad along there. And then we'll make this one a little bit wider up here. All right, and go down this a little bit right there. Okay. Over here, I'm going to do kind of a similar thing. Okay. And they might as well all be on one cement pad together. Probably how you would do it. Okay. And then we'll use gravel to kind of make a roadway away from them. Kind of tie it into everything else. Which this one, we'll just tie it right into the road there. This one we can do the same thing. We'll put another little road over here. We're never going to use that side, but it looks like we should be able to, so I want to make sure it kind of also plays that part as well. And then honestly, we're just going to make these a loop. These will go kind of just off this way. I don't want to get too involved in that. There we go. And honestly, we'll probably never need to actually increase the production over here. This will be a lot. And should keep up with the amount of cotton that we're producing. A pretty wide cotton, or pretty wide gravel area, gravel road. Okay, I'm good with that. It's not crazy nice. I'm honestly not a huge fan of it. But I'm okay with it. And how much are each of those worth? Because I got to add them to our assets list. 120 a piece for those and 90 a piece for those. So let me go, or where am I at? Frankenmuth assets. There we go. Okay, so I'll do spinnery productions, which the spinneries we have 4 of, so that's 360,000 in value, I'll say. And then we'll do our Taylor productions, which we have. They're also worth 360,000 because there's 3 at 120. Okay, there we go. And those are added to our assets list. Awesome. Okay, so now let's get into our truck here. Everything's put away. These things they have a mind of their own. They slowly move. It's some issue with this map, I swear. Let's get some cotton taken over there. I'll still keep the cotton stored here. I'm good with that. But let's take a shipment over there real quick. And then the next thing we'll do, what is it? October. And potentially in December or January we'll sell some barley off. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably end up ending out the episode around the time that we get a hold of all the stuff we want to do. Let's deal with the partial ones first. Should be, yeah, 4 partial ones because there's 4 cotton harvesters. Now we're actually technically probably not going to grab the partial ones first, but we'll get them out of there. Oh, we did grab some. All right, so 6 at a time is what the truck does. I've tried expanding it and making it as tall and crazy as possible in the shop options, so that way it'll hold more and more, but it just doesn't work. So this is what we get for auto load, which I'm totally fine with. Honestly, 6 at a time is pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Now we should probably, okay, we stopped and then it dropped them down and grabbed a hold of them, which is great. And then we'll drive them down the road, and then we'll get all of those spinneries working. We'll I think fill them up first. We'll get them all working. And then what will happen next, I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to sell off our probably barley dry corn stuff in January. Theoretically, that's what we'll have available. See this? This is the one issue. It's like, well, I probably should have put like a little road over here, which actually I still could do. It kind of makes sense because that's kind of the direction we'll be coming from, but that's okay. For now, I'm not too worried about it. It's more about how it looks, how it functions. It's less important. That took a lot of that, which is great. How much do each of these hold? That's another thing I should check. Now we got a lot of stuff in here. Each 200,000 liters. Goodness gracious! There's 4 of them. We have enough cotton though, don't we? Yeah, we got enough cotton. That's for sure. So we'll get them all filled up, which is great. And then this is going to be set to distributing, 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 distributing. These ones can be set to storing for now. That'll be fine. Okay, this, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We can just drop this front bale off there because it does not matter that much. Okay, back over. We'll grab the rest more cotton. I'm just going to drive straight over because why not, you know? Seems kind of silly to do it a different way. When I know the cotton is right over there. We don't really need to drive around, I guess, because it doesn't matter a whole lot. A couple of our fields actually needed lime, like this one needed lime, so there's, I think, two of our big fields needed lime, so we put a lot of lime down as well. But, yeah, I honestly have no idea what I'm going to end the series. I'm enjoying doing it because it's just a ton of fun. There's not a lot more we can expand. I mean, we can keep buying equipment, we'll upgrade equipment and stuff like that. We still have a lot of potential for that. Actually, yeah, we can just load those. Let's do Shift I. Can I do that? Shift R is to start loading. Okay, and it still only does that many, but I mean, if we're stopped right there, we might as well just hit Shift R to load them up because it really doesn't matter that much. But yeah, there's a lot of bales in there. So anyhow, in the future, what'll be good is we honestly will barely need that extra storage there. Because we'll just, as we get them, we'll just put them right into spinneries, and yeah, that'll be great, and the spinneries will keep doing their thing, so that's good. But anyhow, I'm going to move all these over to the spinneries. I'll bring you guys back in probably in January, maybe sooner. We'll see when we sell barley. I mean, we actually can check that right now. We have the barley. When does it say? It says January, so probably January when we sell that off. That'll be a nice little bump. Not really, honestly. It'll be just not even $100,000. It almost, it's silly, but it seems like it's almost not worth selling, just because we are dealing in much higher amounts of money than that. But anyhow, I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. All right, it is the next year. We're loading up our barley right now to sell it, and then we can take a look at finances, and then I'll put a break in and I will go get the dry corn loaded up, because that will take, it'll take a hot minute for me to load up the dry corn. But we're gonna take this to the grain mill, who's gonna buy it for the best price. But yeah, our value of our farm still went up. We spent a lot of money. Obviously, we still, as we're gaining assets, we're investing the money. But yeah, anyhow, we'll take a look at all the finances here in a second. I'm pretty pumped about it. All of our cotton is getting just they're cooking through it. That's all of them about, like, yeah, they're cooking through it. The tailor shops are cooking through the spinnery, or excuse me, the fabric as it comes over there. The one thing I want to show you, if I go visit this, I installed, turn my volume down so it doesn't get the mic as much. I installed this mod right here, which this one, I'm not even going to move that one because it'll spawn another pallet there. So this technically needs to be slightly over. This is a pallet silo, which is a mod by Chris S. and Riley S. You place this, all the pallets just get stored in there. You can see there's 25,000 liters of clothes in there. And then, which this, by the way, this came on sale. I really wanted that. We don't need it. I'm not going to buy it because we just don't need it. But it's this mod right here. And then you take one of these trailers, which we'll buy one of these eventually. And it can hold, why does that one cost more? This one can go up to 250,000 liters. That one's 150, but it's smaller, I guess, more compact. Maybe that's why it costs more. I don't know. So this one we'll have at the 250,000 liter mark there, and we'll buy it for 20,000. Which, well, I mean, while you guys are in here, I guess we can buy it real quick. That's gonna be a bit. Ooh, that's that color. I don't know. I don't know what color to do. Custom favorites. I don't know. I honestly don't know what color to do. Be light gray, and then cover color can be, it was like darker gray, something like that. I don't know. That looks kind of nice. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and buy that. So $20,000 for that bad boy. Let's get back into our truck so we can pick that up at some point. I'll pick it up later, but we're not going to sell clothes until May, because if we look at time-saving stock check, it says May is when we should sell them. And so far, we've made 800. That has to be above 2.1 million after it gets through all the cotton, which there's still quite a bit of cotton left. We need it to be more than 2.1 million. That is what that's worth. Now, it is January, and it's only been, I mean, we started in October. So November, December. Yeah, in January, that's 3 months. So, yeah, I don't know. It probably won't all be done, but theoretically speaking, I think we'll make... Oh, I want to go around the other way. I think we will make enough money that we'll be able to show. I think we'll make enough by May of the clothes that they'll be worth about what we would have gotten if we sold the cotton separately. Yeah, so we'll kind of see. That's still tagged. No, it untagged. Okay, good. And again, this isn't going to be a big payout for us here. We're still paying $4,100 a day in loan maintenance. Well, a month, technically speaking. So this isn't going to be a crazy payout, but the dry corn will be a much better payout. But this will be some money, so we'll take it. And yeah, we'll take a look at our finances here in a second as well before I put a little break in before we sell the dry corn off. Come on, Barley, you can do it. This trailer does unload a little slower than you'd expect for how much capacity it has. That's my only complaint with this trailer. But, I mean, it's fine. I still only have to make one trip anytime we sell anything pretty much, which is also very nice. So I will take that over the inconvenience of having to make multiple trips. There we go. 81,000 is about what we thought we'd get. Let's take a look at our finances here. So here's our finances. If we look at income for this year, we spent a lot on fertilizer and lime, 311,000. Vehicle purchases, we bought 2.2 million in vehicles. We bought those 2 cotton harvesters. Almost $1 million in land. 1.4 million in buildings is a lot too. And honestly, these 2 things aren't going to happen every year. This probably will happen every year because we're going to keep building in more and more stuff. Property maintenance went up quite a bit once we got that stuff. A lot in wages, almost 50 grand in wages, which is fine. 12,000 in loan interest. And now we have production costs coming in as well, which they're low compared to everything else we got going on. So overall, we lost $1.4 million, which is, it's not really that big of a loss. All of our assets are listed here. If you include our bank balance is different now, but that's what it was when I calculated it. So our value of the farm is $11.15 million. So in here, we still went up by 11%. I also put a percentage change down here so we can see the different changes like of the farm value as it goes up. I mean, we're pretty steadily increasing our farm value, which is awesome. If you have a $11 million farm and you're increasing by, 9 to 11% a year, that's pretty good, which I think even next year, I think is going to be even better. I think year 20 is going to be a real killer time for us. I could convert it to a nice little table, but I really don't want to. But anyhow, so it was a good year. We had a good year. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drive back to the farm. I'll collect all the dry corn, and then I'll bring you guys back in, and we will get that all sold off. Is kind of my plan. And then we'll probably wrap up the episode from there. I think that's kind of what I want to do. So I'll see you guys here shortly. I'll also try to get that other trailer back over there, back to the farm. All right, we are heading right over here to the sell everything container to sell off our dry corn. 308,000 liters of it, which is going to get us quite a bit of cash. Let's see what we get from this. And then we can start paying off our loan, which we actually can just start doing that right now, I suppose. Finance, let's get... We've got lots more to go. We'll let it catch up a little bit here. That'll be nice to get some of that loan paid down, and then we'll end the episode right after this. And the next, well, actually, you guys will probably see me February, April of next year when we start the next episode up, and then we'll sell our soy off in June, which I still think that's when we sell it. Soy, July is what it's looking like now. So it might be actually July, and then we'll also maybe sell some more dry corn, and then we'll have clothes to sell in May, which is going to be a big deal for us. How much should we get? Oh, it's still going up and down. I thought it stopped going up, but no, it's still going to sell clothes. I'm writing that down on my list in May. There we go. But yeah, all good stuff. We can probably pay a little bit more of that loan back, at least that 100,000 off there. We're gonna get like another 200, not 200, like another 150,000 out of this with what's left in the trailer. Maybe 130,000-ish. Quite a bit. Dry corn is quite the profitable item for us. That is for sure. Take another 100,000 off. And honestly, let's just take another 100,000 off as well. Should see. We'll need some operating money as well, so I don't want to go crazy on the loan. I mean, we can always take out a little bit more credit line as well, I guess. That's not too bad. I think we can safely pay off another 50,000. Leave us at $750,000 in the hole. 427 off of our dried corn, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's great. And yeah, that's where we'll end this episode. Next episode, we'll keep rocking and rolling. Hopefully we're selling off maybe $2-3 million in close. That would be great. And we'll kind of go from there and see what we want to do. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel. And turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.